Case involving 5 suspects in the murder of Prince Lethukuthula Zulu has been postponed to 21 April. The 50-year-old prince died in November. He was the eldest child of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini Zulu. 4 female suspects remained behind bars, while 1 male suspect was granted bail in December last year. eNCA's Kailihle Khumalo is at the Randburg Magistrates Court and joins us now for an update. Kaya, the case has just adjourned. Take us through this morning's proceedings.
Well, that's right, Tilasizo. Quite very short proceedings here at the Randburg Magistrates Courts. So now, on the 21st of April, the 4 suspects, about 4 ladies who are just facing the very serious case in this instance, now they'll be having a second opportunity to apply for bail. You'll recall that last year they made an attempt, but that failed because they failed to provide exceptional circumstances. So now on the 21st of April, they say they have some new facts that they want to present before the magistrate, and the other suspect still remains, of course, outside. And it's quite a very sad case, Tilasiza, because like you would know that, of course, the late prince died under very mysterious circumstances. But also, another thing that is crucial in this instance would be a toxicology report that will be presented in court. That would be on the 19th of May, alongside the post-mortem report as well, just to understand the actual cause. Because when you go back to last year, it was quite a very bizarre situation that unfolded. The prince had the suspect in his house, and subsequent to those particular events, so the suspects then fled with some of the properties of the prince worth over 30 million rand. And some members of the royal household, Tilasiza, did attend the proceedings as well.
And Kaya, what do we know about the circumstances? I mean, you mentioned a toxicology report that suggests that, issues to do with poisoning are possibly being investigated in this case, because we've been saying he died under mysterious circumstances, but it seems the state believes actually it wasn't just mysterious, but it was actually a murder.
Well, that's right, Tilasiza. So the accusation is on that fateful night last year, the prince was with the accused, and then they had a lot of alcohol, but then there were certain substances that were used that the prince might have taken. So there's quite a lot of accusations that are flying around. But we got an opportunity as well to speak to one of the brothers of the late Zulu King Goodwill Zulu, and of course that's Prince Mbonise, and he was really just telling me about the agony that has been brought by this case, especially because as the royal family is trying to be stable in light of the death of His Majesty, the Zulu King, but also just talking about how the case has been dragging. There has been a lot of postponements, but of course, with regards to the issue around succession, the prince was not really forthcoming with information to that effect, other than to say that, they'll be very cautiously optimistic about that eventually the justice system will be able to rule in their favor in this instance, especially because they say they really loved the late Prince Lethukuthula. They said he was a very wonderful prince, and he was the source of strength for them. And I mean, it's been a very sad case, from the outset.
Lastly, Kaya, you mentioned that 1 suspect is out on bail. The others remain in detention, but they are going to bring forward a second bail application. Usually that suggests that they will be coming forward with new facts, new circumstances that perhaps may support their case for bail.
Well, that's right, Tilasiza. So I got an opportunity to speak to the defense attorney. He was quite determined that this time the new facts that they will present before the magistrate will be quite effective in making sure that now they do present the exceptional circumstances so that the suspects may be released. But also, there's an accusation that has also been flying around here that the suspects might be part of the syndicate that goes to certain establishments establishments and targeting certain men, and then they sort of drug them, and then they go to their homes, and then they take their properties. But so far, it's still under the realm of speculation. The investigation is still underway, scrutinizing all kinds of details so that they really get to the bottom of this case.
All right, eNCA's Khayelihle Khumalo, they're tracking that story that's playing itself out at the Randburg Magistrates Court. There's been a strong focus, of course, around the AmaZulu royal household, in the wake of the passing on of His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini Zulu recently, and also the focus on the question of succession, because, you know, while the royal family has said they're putting it in abeyance for a while, it does remain an open question until it's been settled once and for all, and there's certainty around what's going to happen next. So this is just one of those, angles, I suppose, but it did play itself out way before the passing on of His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini Zulu.